Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Fifth Quarter Podcast. I am your host, Ben Hustling. Got Ann Buckets in the building. What's happening, Ant? Happy weekend and all that other good shit to you.
What's happening, my man? Oh man, it's been an interesting week post NBA Finals. Like a lot of, as always, the talking starts straight away. What to do next? So here we are again.
I've been just seeing a lot of videos crossing my social media page of all the parties that's been popping off in New York, man, and how they got the inside joke is New York Freak Nick. No pun
Yeah,
intended. No pun intended. Know what I'm saying? But nah, man. Again, congratulations to the New York Knicks for the well-deserved finals win. Battle tested. Um, very good team. They surprised a lot of us. And again, one person who is not here, he had a lot to do with it. he had a He had a lot to do with it. So we'll keep him anonymous until he comes back and he speaks his piece. But
Well,
as
I mean, we
always,
did say it on an earlier episode. I mean, Knicks was one of the teams this year that has a lot to prove. It's one of those who's got the most to lose if like by not winning a series. And when like Knicks was one of the teams that we said because they gave up a lot to put this team together. So get out there and enjoy it. You got there.
yeah, and it paid off for him. So that's a good thing. Um, but we're not here to talk about that. It's the World Cup, ladies and gentlemen. I hope your country's team is doing well because I know my country's team is doing quite well. But hey, as I just was telling Ant before we jumped on, man, my faith's not there. Okay. I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket at this point with the US. We're just gonna ride the wave, baby. Ride the wave. That's all I'm gonna say. But so far, man, from what I've been hearing and what, few bits and pieces I have saw keeping up with it, man, it's been some pretty interesting games. In this World Cup, obviously, we left off last episode. The US was playing Australia. Obviously, US beat Australia to zip to put ourselves in position to go into the knockout round. That's what they call it, the knockout round.
Yeah, correct.
So we just need to see who else is going to come out of our group to see who is, us and whoever. And then it's us and whoever against the rest of the world. So as from what I'm getting at it, so ladies and gentlemen, you have to excuse me for my lack of World Cup knowledge, but we here at the fifth quarter is trying to be on everything, man. Like we just enjoy all types of sports, even if we don't know what the fuck is going on. But pretty sure once we look at a game or two, we'll figure it out pretty quickly. So it's not like we just
Yeah, I
completely
mean, like,
oblivious.
it is interesting that Australia and the USA just happen to be in the same group. It's like they, try to give us something to talk about. They're just like, let's give these boys something to put on their show.
There you
We'll put them in
go,
the same group.
and we appreciate it, man. We really do, because like that at least that's an icebreaker. You know what I mean? That's like,
Yeah, yeah. I
like
mean, because USA definitely is looking good within the group stage. I dare say, like, there's no way that they don't come out of it, unless somehow Turkey beat them like 7-0 or something. Like, I don't see it happening though.
yeah,
So yeah, it looks like Australia and the US are both poised to make it into the knockout round. But obviously, once you come out of there, it's like now you face the real challenge because you got your, like your obvious
you're juggernauts.
yeah, your candidates that are gonna be contending for the to take the cup home,
Yeah.
the France, Germany, um,
Oh
I
man.
think Portugal's a pretty good team these days.
Yeah. So Brazil, Argentina. Oh, the list goes on. We even got a few African teams. Senegal, I was told Senegal is another team to look out for. But the one thing that me and you both can agree on, and I think the listeners can agree on this too, is this is the one, or I should say, the more popular universal sport to bring the world together in the midst of
Yeah.
bad times. You know what I'm saying? Good times or bad times. You know what I mean? We
The
all
most
can,
popular sport in the world.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so we can come together, even if it's, different cultures, walks of life, whatever the case may be. The one thing that we can do as soccer fans or football fans is sit down and actually have a conversation and enjoy the sport that we all love. And that's the one thing that I think is dope about this shit. Like, I
Yeah, I think
wish
it's, other
excuse
than,
me.
like, Olympic sports, track and field and swimming and whatnot, I think, soccer's probably one of the only sports in the world that most, if not all countries take part in. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if, like, China has a team. I haven't really looked into
I
that,
think
but,
they do.
like,
Uh,
I'm sure they would. I mean, there's, 1.3 billion people over there. They could find 20 guys to put on a soccer field.
Hey, and counting and counting. You can't stop there. You gotta say and counting. That motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. They don't be fucking around neither. Anyway, that's another story. But no, I just think that it's dope that, like I said, a sport like that. And even though it's like the Olympics, every 4 years it comes around and just to be able to, yeah, just share a moment with, fellow sports fans and watching, great competition and, to be able to share moments and things like that. So I think that's pretty dope. One thing I would like to point out as well too. Was looking at a clip, excuse me, on social media where Japan, their country's team played. I don't know who they played, but after the game, they cleaned their area, if I'm not mistaken, or whatever areas they were in the stadium. They cleaned it. Now, I've never seen no shit like that, and I've been to a lot of sports games. I'm, obviously nothing on the world scale, but I've been to a lot of football games. I've been to, hockey games. And I can tell you right now, ain't nobody cleaning shit up once that shit is done. Man, they putting that shit down, cups and shit flicked over. If your team was losing bad and the other team talking shit, then you know where the trash is going. It's going on the field or it's going on the ice or that's where it's going. But nobody ain't thinking about cleaning up after themselves after no game.
They
These
brought they brought their own trash bags as well.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
they
man.
came and respectfully came and cleaned up behind themselves. Now I'm just gonna say this. Uh, we should probably take a few pointers from them when we go out, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Clean up after
I mean,
yourself.
I've been to quite a lot of sporting events. Obviously, like, they don't really have, a lot of bins, trash cans within, like, the seating bowl. They might be on
Yeah.
the concourse behind, so I guess I understand why people do leave their rubbish behind. I'll try to always, at least put it in a neat pile or stack my
Yeah,
cups up,
me too.
whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, that's a whole 'nother level of, let's just call it, like, human decency to another level. Like, bring your own trash bag to clean up after yourself. That's an amazing thing to
That's
see.
why I said that you gotta give them shout out to them, man. And again, I'm not gonna get into the whole um how much advanced certain shit is compared to the rest of the world and how they operate. But you know what I'm saying? That I just think that, those type of mannerable things aren't you don't see that often in the world anymore. So
Yeah, the Japanese they're really sorry for Pearl Harbor, so they're like, "Oh, we're atoning.
oh, fuck out of here, man.
We clean up after ourselves in America."
Oh, fuck out of here, man. Oh, man. But yeah, know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a dope thing that
Nah, that was
was
beautiful, yeah.
mentioned. Yeah, it was mentioned.
It really says a lot about, the Japanese and their culture, like, they're big on respect, like, bowing to say hello politely and all this sort of stuff, so, yeah, no, it was really nice to see.
And like I said, we should take pointers. We're not going to though. The Western world never does, but the Western world never does. But I digress. I got one for you, man. Fremantle still BTA and anything and everything on site, bro. And I know this hurts you to your fucking core. I know it does. It hurts you to your core because this is supposed to be flip side. You like, nah, the Eagles supposed to be doing this shit right now. Not the fucking Dockers ain't supposed to be doing this shit. But I know this shit hurt you to your core, bro. But hey, all in all, man, it's a dub. It's a dub for WA,
It
though.
is, man, it is,
Yeah.
yeah. And a big win as well, like over Geelong, who were in third position, but after the loss to Freo over the weekend, they've dropped down to fourth. So Freo yet to lose a game since round one, which just so happened to be a loss to Geelong, but they got one back against them this weekend. I'll tell you what, the score was Freo won by 9 points, but if they could actually kick straight for a lot of the game, the score would have been a lot different.
Mm.
They hit a lot of they missed a lot of goals that they should have kicked. So although Geelong got out to a pretty decent start, Freo absolutely owned from the second quarter onwards, but they just couldn't really hit the target until after halftime, and then they were out and running. They're no question they're looking like the best team in the league right now.
And I just want to say this, and this probably is a little bit of a shot at you too, bro. Y'all was talking shit about them Dockers all these years. Oh, they the redheaded stepchild of WA. They live in the basement. We don't fuck with
Yeah.
them. Yeah, that's the cousin at the barbecue we don't even acknowledge. That's how y'all been treating them boys. And now look at them. They the ones that's handling the food at the family reunion. You got to give it to them now. You got to give it to them now. You got to give it to them now.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good during the regular season, let's be happy, but get there. Get to the fucking finish line.
Uh,
Until you got there, like, no, don't get me wrong, like, props to them doing what they're doing. They really are looking like the best team in the league. No doubt they're the favorite to win it all this year by the way that they've been playing, but you got to get there first as well. So, but as long as they can keep it up, I do really think that it's time that they start giving some players a bit of a break here and there, considering how well the whole team is playing. They can probably, some of the older players that do get a little bit banged up. I mean, Alex Pearce looked to have a little bit of a hobble on Saturday, so maybe he misses a game. I think might need to recover. He's one of the older players and does tend to get hurt a little bit. And he's an important guy when he's on the floor, though.
so let me ask this. All right. So as you were coach of an AFL team, and obviously I'm not going to say you're the coach of the Dockers because that would be an insult to you. So I'm just going to say AFL team. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to say that. So in a situation like this, your team is riding high. Y'all ain't lost the game since week one. Y'all been pushing it to the max. You kind of if not, you've kind of solidified yourself at the top of the leaderboard at this point. What would be your strategy moving forward as far as, like you just mentioned, giving your elder statesmen a little bit of a break, but keep the same momentum of the team going at the same time while they get that break. So when it comes down to moving into the postseason or getting close to the postseason, kind of there's no drop off.
Like, I mean, majority of Fremantle, the Dockers players, let's say, they are quite durable. So they don't really have a lot of injury proneness on their team, but I probably like I said before, like at this point in the season, doing as well as they are, I would look to give some of the guys that their body does need a little bit of rest, like a game off here and there. So, you'd look at the upcoming matchup and sort of determine like, all right, this is one that we should quite comfortably take. So, um, like I said, Alex Pearce, who's one of the older players who does get hurt quite a bit, and he'll be necessary come finals. Maybe give him a game off, give a young budding up and coming player a bit of a run as well to get some reps in, like those sort of things. I mean, strategy wise, like I don't know too much about what I would say strategy. I guess just keep doing what you're doing. Um, but the message I would be sending is do not get complacent.
Mm.
Because really, I mean, they're on top of the ladder. They're undefeated other than round one, but Sydney's only one win behind them. And then there's a bit of a fall for 3 games until Hawthorn. So they are comfortably going to be first or second but Sydney's right there at their heels if they want to maintain that top position so that they can secure, home ground advantage through the finals. Like the message would be do not get complacent. There's still 6 rounds left to play, 7 rounds left to play. So
All I know is this. I know, and even just through that explanation, I could see it on your face. He was like, "Yeah, if this is West Coast, yeah, you know." So I know, but I appreciate your insight because, yeah, the home team, man. Like I said, it's a dub for the home team either way, regardless if you root for them or not. Like, hey, WA on the map, man. Y'all gotta respect game. That's just all to it. Excuse me. You just gotta respect game. But shout out to them, man. Keep it going. Hopefully, they win that premiership, piss a lot of people off, but it still brings everyone together. Brings everyone together,
If they do win it this year, grand final weekend is also a long weekend in here, so we're gonna have to endure like one extra day of their bullshit.
Oh, do we get that day off though?
So grand final will be on a Saturday. We got Monday off. That's a public holiday.
Oh,
So
that's
Fremantle won't just be partying on Sunday; they'll be partying through till Monday.
oh shit. That's what it is. Well, come on, Fremantle. Let's get it popping. We need that 3-day
I
weekend.
mean, it would actually be crazy to see. Like, I want to see, like, compare how wild New York got to how wild Freo can get. Because Freo's never gone before. New York ain't gone since the 70s.
That's what I'm there you go. So, hey, let's make two people. Let's make a lot of another group or another city in another country on the other side of the other side of the planet do the same
Look at
shit that New York
yeah,
just
look at
did.
their viral videos. Like,
Exactly.
damn, you
Yeah.
guys are.
Let's see how this shit turn. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be straight. But shout out to them, man. Fremantle, keep it up, man. You know what it is, man. Fifth quarter show love over here too. So excuse me. Got a fun fact. Got another fun fact for you. We spoke about this few episodes back. Mr. Mayweather's back in Mr. Floyd Mayweather. Money Mayweather's back in the news, man. This time, this brother's he's trying to write bad checks. Now, before I get started, ladies and gentlemen, I know, I grew up in the era of food stamps with the paper food stamps and big ass IBM monitor screens and all that shit there. Okay. And one thing that was memorable in my childhood was checks and a checkbook and what a checkbook looked like and what a deposit, savings deposit checkbook looked like too. So all that shit. I didn't know niggas still. Oh, sorry. I didn't know they still write checks. There motherfuckers still writing checks, man. I thought that shit was over with, man. But apparently, this man wrote a $200,000 check for a watch he was trying to purchase in Vegas, and the shit bounced. It bounced. Yeah, it bounced.
Maybe he didn't spell his name right.
Oh no. Oh, it's two L's, not one, Floyd. Oh shit.
Because I
Nah,
mean,
man.
like, I'm sure his credit card would have enough. Well, it'd be probably limitless, I imagine, with his amount of money. He could just,
Honey.
tap and go that thing.
Didn't
Don't need to write or read anything, Floyd.
I'm saying, but didn't we, a few episodes back mention that he was taking somebody, he was suing somebody for taking money from him, which means
Yeah.
you ain't got too much money from the jump. And you out
Well,
here
I mean,
like,
who knows? Like,
yeah, and you
there's,
write $200,000 checks
there's all
for
those stories of, athletes where, they appear to still have their wealth from what they acquired during their playing days, but then, like, turns out they're actually broke.
that's what I'm saying. You're trying to live a life that you used to live, but you can no longer live it. But I can't speak on somebody's pockets, and that I've never done as a man. I don't know. I can't speak on your pockets, what you make, and you can't speak on my pockets and what I make. But I also have to look at everything from the outside. And if you're signing fraudulent checks to get a $200,000 watch from Las Vegas, like, come on, man. And your whole gimmick has been Big Money Floyd Every fight that you have fought, you made a big purse off of damn near every fight that you've had in your career. Why you writing $200,000 fraudulent checks, man? That's all I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
mean, I'm sure that I've seen him at a press conference, like, pull out a stack of 200,000 out of, like, a bag and just hold it to his ear like he's talking into it.
But then hold on, but then that also make you be like, was that real money?
Yeah.
Was that real money? Like,
I
was
mean, I'm sure, like,
that
the
wasn't
payment he gets for his fights wouldn't be paid to him in cash, it would be, like, electronically deposited.
yeah, so
So,
and
that means you'd
again,
have to go to a teller, withdraw $200,000 just for that show.
that's what I'm saying. So again, now you're kind of helping me make my point here. Ant. So if that's the case, why are you writing $200,000 bad check for a watch in Vegas at that? So if you've been to Vegas, you know certain things can be quite expensive, and I know jewelry in Vegas can be quite expensive, and you're spending $200,000, or you tried to spend, I should say, $200,000 to get a watch, and the shit ain't go. That's all I'm saying. What's up, man? What's up? What's up, Floyd? You falling off, bro? What's happening? You starting to do this is almost starting to shape up like Kanye West like activities. You know what I'm saying? Behavior. What's going on, man? You need to talk that shit out, bro. Hey, fifth quarter's here, man. I know we don't know each other, but hey, we also here to listen. You know what I'm saying? If you need to get some shit off your chest, you're more than welcome. Come on the show, man. Tell these motherfuckers what it is. Hey, the platform is yours, brother. But I'm just saying we gotta do better. we got come on, man. We gotta do better, bro. We come on, man. $200,000, a bad check, and you finna go to jail, or you finna take another huge blow to your career behind this bullshit. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But hey, so lesson of the day, ladies and gentlemen, pay with plastic and make sure you got the money. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah, I mean,
say.
it's 2026, he probably could have, like, paid with his watch, like,
That's what
an Apple Watch, a
that's what I'm saying.
smartwatch. You could pay use a fucking
That's what I'm
smartwatch.
saying. Or you do it with your phone, or the Meta
I'm just
glasses.
gonna use my watch to pay for this watch.
Yeah, motherfucking Meta glasses. They got Meta glasses now. Like, yeah, you do all kind of shit, man. I don't know. I don't know. But I just thought that shit was funny. $200,000 bad check for a watch, and that person to be writing a bad check. That's like saying, that's like saying Elon Musk writing a bad check. He gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And he like the top guy in the world with the money. Why is he writing the $200,000 bad check and it bounced? How the fuck? He the richest man in the world. What the? What the I'm just saying.
I think he's, like, the richest man in
That's
existence.
what I'm saying. So, and he writes a $200,000 bad check. You'll be like, yeah, is you really the richest man in the world though? Make you think. It do make you think though. Just saying. But anyway, moving on and upward. Heard rumors. Well, it's always been rumors, but Trey Young seems to want to. I don't know if he's got one foot in the door, one foot out the door. Is from what I'm hearing. Like, so he want to stay, but then if the money ain't right, he might want to go explore his options somewhere else. But I propose this question to you. At this point, with that young man, being that Washington has just acquired him last season, do you think he just need to pump his brakes and kind of give it a chance, or do we need to follow his gut and be like, nah, man, y'all ain't finna pay me shit. Let me get the fuck up out of here, man. Y'all ain't, you got a half broke down ass AD you brought over here. And then you got some no name ass people off the bench that ain't really, like it ain't shit here, man. I don't even know why the fuck I came here for it. So you think he's starting to catch them type of vibes, or do he just need to
I
pump
think a
the
little
brakes?
bit. I mean, he didn't really play too many games with Washington, so we only really got, like, a very, very small sample size of what that team looks like with him and AD. Because obviously, they were both hurt when they got traded there to start with. So so yeah, we didn't really get to see a lot of him. But he's declined his player option, which is worth about 49 million. So he's basically opting out of 49 million to test the free agent waters, which is like, let's see. I don't think he's going to get that kind of money again. So it's interesting, but at least opting out and signing back again right now, once you're still sort of, I guess his value is still relatively decent. I mean, he's only like a year or so removed from his last All-Star, All NBA appearance, so he could probably get maybe another four year deal, probably worth close to that. I don't think he'll get the same kind of money because he didn't make All NBA or All-Star in just the past year. Obviously, he spent most of the last year injured, so but being that he's a unrestricted free agent, so obviously all else fails, he can re-sign with Washington because he has stated that he does have quite an interest in what Washington are trying to put together with some of the young guys that they got. Alex Sarr, um, Bilal Coulibaly, Bob Carrington, all those guys. They can work with something in Washington. Let's say.
Well, he just got there, so why is he even inkling he want to straddle the fence, as my mama say, straddle the fence. One foot in the door, one foot out the door. But I mean,
Because
but then can you blame him though? Like
yeah, exactly.
when you
Like no one
actually
wants to play
sit,
for.
yeah, when you actually sit and like look at it and be like, do
I
we?
think the only time that like Washington was ever like some kind of a desirable destination in the NBA was like maybe the John Wall era.
But John
People
Wall,
actually people actually wanted to go
but
and play
but
alongside John Wall. Like that was a
but John Wall was a what? It was a beast.
point guard.
He was
Yeah.
a
Oh,
beast.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, he was a beast.
Because I mean, yeah, like just in general, like the Wizards are not a particularly desirable destination for a free agent, whether they're doing well or not. So I mean, if he can get out of there and maybe play for a contender or someone who's on the cusp of contending, like why not? Yeah.
Where would you recommend that he go?
Ooh, I don't know if I've thought that far, but he'd have to go somewhere that's either going to be progressing towards a contender. Or I mean, if you're signing as a free agent, theoretically, you either want to go to a contender now or someone that is heading in the direction of being a contender, or whoever's going to give you the most money. That's probably your three options
Hmm.
as a free agent, or the city you want to live in, like those type of things.
Oh
What
yeah,
team? So, what team is in need of a point guard that can't play defense? That's
Cleveland,
the question you need to ask yourself.
Cleveland, and I'm finna tell you why.
Nah,
Hold on, wait,
yeah,
hold
interesting,
on, wait, and I'm finna tell you why.
but
Because
because Mitchell plays the two.
no, and James Harden ass might go to jail for a fucking firearm on his goddamn. He done got pulled. I believe in Atlanta. Then got pulled with
Of
a
course, in Atlanta.
with a firearm on his seat.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So to my point, maybe Trey might want to go to Cleveland.
So that's like, well, that kind of felony because that's like out of state.
Yep.
But I mean, like, yeah.
I'm just,
So it would be, yeah. Well, we did say at the end of the when the Cavs got bounced out of the playoffs, we kind of just said, all right, James Harden's about to put the fat suit on and do whatever he can to get the fuck out of there.
yeah. Well, it looks like he
So
didn't have to go to these extremes to do it though. Like, God dang, bro. Like, excuse me. Well, that's what I'm saying. There you go. A spot just might have opened up in Cleveland. You know what I'm
who
saying?
who
Like,
would need a point guard like Trey Young? Maybe nah, not possibly Orlando, but they wouldn't have the cap space for it because Bane would be on some money, Paolo would be on some money.
they'd have to probably give up Black
You'd
or
have to give up a few guys depending on what you're signing him for. But
Suggs.
Trey Young's still like a max guy.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's worth
Suggs.
like the super max right
Yeah,
now,
it's
like
a few
300 something.
few different options they would have to,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. I don't know, man, but it sounds to me like he's 1 foot in, 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out.
Or
So
even just like if he re-signs with Washingtons and just see how it goes because they never really got like a whole we never really got to see him, AD, plus all the young guys play together, so could be something, could be nothing. I don't really think there's a big market for him right now on the free agency market, if I'm being honest.
hey, this as my mama say, you made your bed hard, now you gotta lay in it.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
you made your bed hard, now you gotta lay in it, brother. I get it. That Atlanta wanted to make moves. Washington thought they was getting a deal. And now Washington sitting here like, okay, we might have, put together something decent for ourselves. And now this man don't want to commit. Sound like he don't really want to commit. You know what I'm saying? So like what do we do now? Like we gotta have a contingency plan just in case he do decide he wanna haul ass or we got to put shit together. But it'll be interesting to see. We'll keep an eye on that and see what happens over there with that situation and if it's true. And again, ladies and gentlemen, it's just rumors, shit you've been hearing in the air, what's going on. So it's not like it's, inked or it's just what we've been hearing. But the main one that seems to be picking up a lot of steam the last few days to about a week now is old Giannis. And sounds like the two destination spots that are 1 and 2. And I can't tell you which one's one and which one is two, but me and the other person that's on this panel this evening knows who the fuck these teams are. So, um, but yeah, man, Giannis is on the move, man. He's or is talking right now. And he's talking where he's gonna stay in the East, but he might be in old Bean Town or he might be down there old South Beach. I don't know.
Yeah, so obviously
Either or, but all I know is this. And I will say this to you, and let the best team win.
yeah, well, I mean, so Giannis would be probably the biggest, potential trade coming up in this season, or that at least that we know of. Obviously, like anything can happen. Teams just do some crazy shit at times during their off season. But yeah, obviously Giannis is the one that's capturing most attention because it's kind of like Milwaukee doesn't really have a direction right now. So
Clearly.
he's he's kind of either going to waste a few years there, which you don't want to do, or Milwaukee's going to have to scramble to try to put something around him, which means they're probably going to have to destroy their future to do so, giving up draft capital, young players to put a win now team around him or around Giannis. So it does make sense on on all fronts from Milwaukee to maybe consider moving on for him. He's accomplished so much in that city, in that team. Brought them their first championship since the '70s. So like I don't imagine it'd be like on bad terms that he'd be moving away. It's just kind of, it's one of those things you got to do sometimes. But yeah. So I don't. Some of the trades that I have seen, potential trades that I have seen around it, like it was drawn some interest. Obviously, Jalen Brown from the Celtics, obviously.
Mm.
So he coming off probably his best season of his career, so his value is extremely high. So that's where you can make a play again, Giannis, without having to give up too much draft capital. You're just giving up an all-star, all NBA player for another all-star, all NBA player. Obviously Giannis is the better one, so you probably would have to throw in maybe a role player, maybe a couple picks to sweeten the deal. But and then Milwaukee might even throw in just someone they're trying to dump off the salary as well.
Mm.
But I do think it'll probably be a thing where they'd have to get like a third team involved.
Who would
So
that
one rumor that I heard, the third team is the Clippers.
oh, I'm sorry. Finish. Yeah, it kind of caught me off guard with that one, but
Yeah, but that was just I didn't really hear too much. I just said the Clippers may be a potential third team to enter this trade talk. So, and then obviously, yeah, as we've seen, Miami. So Miami's kind of last few off season there has been a thing where then it was like, oh, Miami might go for Giannis. preferred landing destination for Giannis is Miami. There has been murmurings about that here and there over the last couple of seasons. Are they gonna actually do something about it this season?
Well, I think Project Pat know what he's doing. Last season he did have me kind of like, all right, Project Pat, man, come on now, bro. Like trade deadline. Like let's come on, man. Let's make a move. And then, bam, drop 83. And then he probably was like, you know what? Let's just hold off. And see. Let's just hold off and see because this man just dropped 83, man. So let's just hold off and see, you know, what. 'Cause we might not even need to go get him. We might have it already here. But then obviously the up and down play of Bam and other players around as a whole. And I know Spoelstra probably like, man, uh, I'm probably finna get on the phone and call Bosch and Braun and hey man, just one more hurrah. I got the other pieces around you. I can put around you. I just need y'all to. I just need y'all to. We could do it one more time. It'd be like 2.0. You know what I'm saying? But I know that wasn't gonna happen. But I'm pretty sure, man, if we did get Giannis, we'd Spoelstra will make it fit. He'll make him fit. He'll
Yeah, because that's like I can sort of like I mean, I can see how it would fit he would fit with the Celtics, moving Jalen Brown, because Giannis can play the power forward center, that would drop Tatum down to be the small forward, and then you probably start Derek White and Sam Hauser, bring your Payton Pritchard off the bench. So you kind of in a way, I'll say, we'll massively upgrade the Al Horford role of 2 years ago, who was, like a stretch big type player. I mean, but Giannis isn't really like an outside shooter. He can make the three ball, but he can defend the perimeter. Just like Al Horford was able to come out to defend the perimeter, he was able to get back to defend the rim. So we'll probably utilize Giannis in the same way. And obviously, like it brings a lot more on offense than what Al Horford did a couple seasons ago. So that's how I can sort of see he'd maybe fit with the Celtics. But I'm not 100% sure how I see him fit with the Heat. Not to say that he won't, because Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in the league and has been for the whole time that he's been a coach. Going back to the 2012, 2013 Three Amigos days.
sounds like a hater. Anyway.
No, no, not at all, not at all. Just because I mean, like Miami's done such a good job drafting.
Yeah.
Even though they haven't been getting high draft picks, but they've done quite a good job, finding these young diamond in the rough type players in later rounds or as undrafted players. So there is a lot of young talent on the team, that has a lot of has potential, like Kellel Ware, for example. Like Drew Smith had his moments last year. Nikola Jovic,
Yeah.
he gets hurt a lot, so we haven't really seen him really flourish. But there's a lot of potential there. But then you've also got the other end of that timeline, which is Bam, Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, who are on the older end of that team.
Yeah.
So you'd have to give up one of either Bam or Tyler in a trade to get him, more so for contract reasons than anything. You have to move on from the salary. Miami would probably have to give up a bunch of picks in that trade. There would likely have to be a third team as well to just so Milwaukee can get something back in return. But at least Bam's quite a versatile player, so I think he and Giannis can coexist.
Yeah. I think so too.
That's just my thoughts at very first, like at face value right now.
And Spoelstra I trust.
Yeah, well, yeah, shit, why not? Why the
Yeah.
fuck not?
Yeah. So I know he'll put it together, but it's quite interesting because like you said to your point that there had been speculations that he had been, there are talks of him going to Miami, and that was like one of the top three, if not top five, destinations for him to go. But again, Pat didn't pull the trigger. Like I said, bam, drop 83. Kind of make you like, okay, wait a minute, hold up. we might we might not need him. We might not
Yeah.
need him. We might have what we need. We just need to probably go get some other shit now. Like keep Giannis where he at. But if he is available and if, the stars align, we'll grab him. But now the way the rest of the season was played last year, um, I think that it would be a big upgrade. Obviously, you got a champion on your team. So obviously the young players gonna kind of gravitate to him and, pick his brain, ask him questions at the same token too, you know who he is. Just like if LeBron came back to Miami,
Mm.
motherfucker like, oh shit, it's LeBron. Like LeBron was here how many years ago? Like this nigga won 2 championships. He won two here, him and D Wade and Bosh. Like, you know, like this is my man. Of course I'm gonna be, trying to pick this man's brain and, uh, get up under his wing and figure out how he play, what makes him the best, or what gives him his drive. So yeah, if Giannis come in the building, I think that'll be big for the team. And of course, yes, we have to let someone go. I'm kind of at the point, you know, I love you, Tyler Hero, but hey, maybe sometimes it's best that you get a fresh start somewhere else. You know what I mean? Go somewhere else. Um, New scenery, different voice, just speaking the same thing, just from a different voice and different atmosphere. Maybe that's what you need sometimes to kind of rejuvenate your career, But we just have to see how it goes. Just have to see how it goes, and hopefully he will be wearing the Vice, the Miami Vice City jerseys that we have. That'll be clean. I could see Giannis' name on the back of that bitch. That'll be clean. That'd be dope. I go buy one like that ass because
Well,
I've been
I
trying to
think I
sneak out
think
one of them
his
jerseys anyway.
I think Giannis's preferred destination is Miami anyway.
Yeah, I know because
But I mean, if it's a trade, you don't really get much say in it.
yeah, and
It's the team's gonna take whatever the best value is for themselves.
exactly. So, and then number two, who the fuck wants to play in Boston? It's too fucking cold. Nobody wants to play in fucking. Nobody play in fucking Boston, man. It's too cold.
Yeah, and the Scottish drank all their beer.
Oh yeah, I heard about
Did you hear about
that.
that?
Yeah.
No, that's fucking hilarious, man. Like, no, so the Scottish soccer team, they haven't qualified for a World Cup since 1998. That's what, 28 years they haven't qualified for
Oh
a
shit.
for a World Cup. So all the fans that came over, I think their first game was in Boston, and
Yeah.
they basically drank the city dry. They drank the plane dry on the flight over.
Wow. Bunch of fucking alkies.
But that's what the World Cup does, man. It brings people together.
Yeah, bring them to come together to get drunk. Shit, everybody getting lit. But nah, man. As always, man, if you are out there, for all our listeners, if you is out there, and if you is roaming the streets of the respective cities that's hosting these games, just be careful out there, show love, but just be careful out there. You know what I'm saying? Drink responsibly, gamble responsibly, all that
And
good.
pick up after yourself.
Yeah, and clean up after yourself. Okay, bring your own damn bag, your trash bag to the stadium with you. Okay, and use it to put trash in, not to put on people's heads or the opposite team fans' heads and shit like that. Okay, don't be doing no crazy shit. All right, but nah. Thank y'all again for tuning in. As always, man, we appreciate it. Always lock into your podcasting platforms. Check us out on there, man. As always, we do appreciate y'all showing support, showing love, man. We continuing on with this thing. We doing our best what we can. Like I said, the NFL season is starting to come up, so right now it's on a little bit of a hiatus. But the real speculations and talk will start to pick up when training camp starts. Um, to get back into session because then that means we're just a few weeks off from preseason and yeah, and then after that it'll be the beginning of the season. So we're getting ready for that. AFL, we own that. We want to see Fremantle run away with it. They have their New York Knicks, story because they having like their little, even though their shit's in the regular season, but they're doing like the Knicks postseason run right now. Only only took that one L. Yeah, they only took that one L, and they ain't took no L since. They've been handing ass whoopings consecutively. That's pretty much what the Knicks did. Lost those one, 3 games, and that was it. Just BTA, you know? Um, but
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I mean, they could keep this run going for a little while longer. I mean, they've got Gold Coast this weekend
Mm,
at home, so it's I wouldn't say it's a guaranteed win, but it's a very like they should win game. They got the Giants after that over in Canberra. They should win that one, and then they've got Sydney. That's the one that'll test them.
because it's 1 and 2. It'll be 1 and
Yeah,
2. Yeah.
currently 1 and 2. So in 3 weeks' time from now, that's when we're gonna see the showdown.
And then what if
That'll be played at home for Dockers as well. That'll be here in Perth.
yeah, yeah. So what if they beat them?
Oh, then they're no question the currently the best team in the league. They'll have a 2-game buffer on Sydney at
Mm,
least.
mm. Well, let's do it, man, because I want that Monday off.
I think we got the Monday off regardless.
Hey, let's get that Monday off, man. Let's get
Depends on
there.
what we'll be doing that weekend. Yeah,
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I want that Monday off. So let's keep it 100. Hey, y'all keep
yeah.
winning. All we do is win. Be on y'all DJ Khaled shit. All we do is win. Just keep at it. We want that Monday off. All right, man. But as always, man, thank you for your time. Thank everybody for their time for listening. We're finna get up out of here, man. Catch you on the next one.